It seems like every time you turn on the TV, there's some other story about the insurance industry, or Obamacare, or who's covered, who's not. Well, that goes for members of the LGBT community. Our guest tonight, Janelle Lee, is going to tell us what we should know and what we should and shouldn't be worried about. Catherine, welcome.
Thank you, David.
Now, the first question is, if you're gay or lesbian or a member of the bisexual or transgender community, how is Obamacare different for you?
It's not. It's a great equalizer. Everyone can get coverage. It's very simple to do. You can go through Covered California. You can go direct to an insurance carrier or company. And you can also use a small group, meaning you set up your own business insurance for health insurance.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have been in the insurance industry for how long?
About 22 years.
So you started right out of, grade school or something, right?
Correct.
No, seriously, you are our insurance broker, just for transparency. And I know that talking about insurance to me is one of the most nerve-wracking things in the world. And I sat down with you to talk about what to do with our business, what to do with my husband, and you made me feel at ease. Is that really something that a lot of people should know going into this, whether they're interested in signing up for Obamacare or they have private insurance, is that there is help now and not to be nervous?
Yes. It's very easy. I would find somebody that specializes exclusively in health insurance, which can be hard to do, but that person who works in that industry for 8 hours a day is really going to be able to drill down and help make sure that you know what's most important to you. And usually that's involved now with networks. In other words, which doctors am I going to be able to go to? And it also depends on what type of arrangement the company has. So in San Francisco, for instance, if you're buying individual insurance, there's PPOs, which is a preferred provider organization, but there's also a new thing now called EPO, exclusive provider organization, and it's very complex. You really want somebody to help you, and it doesn't cost anything.
Well, I mean, that was my first question to you. I admit that I didn't call you for a while because it's like, oh my God, I need to pay another consultant, and I have a consultant to tell me something, and you're like, no, it's not going to cost anything to talk to me.
Right.
So how do you make money then as an insurance broker?
So for the insurance company, it's easier to take business that the broker gives them or brings them. The applications are already done. They usually service the client because you're going to call me. You're not going to call an 800 number. Why? Why? It's so much easier, and you're going to get accurate information. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was.
No, that's all right. But I mean, while you're thinking about that, that happens to me all the time. The issue is from the insurance company's point of view,
right?
They save money and time because they're getting information from you. So you make money through them because if I'm calling them, I'm panicked and I wonder if I'm covered, and I might give them wrong information if I'm working with a broker.
Right.
It's the same.
It's the same price whether you use a broker, a certified counselor which is on the website for Covered California, or you go direct to the carrier. It's all the same price. All health insurance products are the same price in California.
Right.
So whether you use somebody or not to help you, a broker, it's the same price.
Right. Now, over the last, I guess it's now 2 years since Obamacare came in, correct?
Right. So the law was 2010, March 2010.
Oh, wow. Longer than I thought.
Right.
So 4 years.
But really, no. Things just got rolling last year when we started Covered California, which allows a person to go online and select
and register.
Select a carrier. And also for many people that use Covered California, the main reason to use Covered California is if you're going to get financial assistance.
Now, have you found there has been a lot of confusion in the marketplace specific to the LGBT community? People calling you going, how is the fact that now I'm legally married to my partner? How does that change my insurance?
It doesn't. You're treated like everybody else. You're exactly the same. Nobody, I don't see any discrimination. I see everybody treated the same way, whether it's LGBT or not.
Right. Now, as far as Obamacare and its implementation, there's been a lot in the news about, well, this thing isn't going through exactly like the president thought it was going to, and one political party is pushing against it. How much do you, and just your expert opinion, think that what we now have is going to change or stay the same?
That really is the $64,000 question. I don't think anybody knows, because it's really going to be decided at a congressional level if there were going to be any changes. And it doesn't seem like anybody can agree there to any change of any type.
Right. But I mean, in your experience, you know, when things like this come up over in the past, it's hard to take away a mandate. It's hard to take away something that's been given to someone.
Exactly, right. I think going forward, the insurance industry has totally embraced it and moved forward with it and is doing their best to try to answer all the mandates and give the products that are available on the marketplace under the 4 categories. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum.
Great. And those 4 categories are based on what?
Those are based on how much of the percentage you're going to pay versus how much the policy itself is going to pay of those, up to a maximum out of pocket, which is oftentimes confusing. But you have skin in the game. You have a share of the cost.
In our last few moments, last question, or kind of double questions. If you are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, married or not, and you don't have insurance now, for whatever reason, what advice would you give someone who's watching this show?
I would go on the Covered California website or call your favorite insurance carrier, and I would start looking now and preparing, because the open enrollment is going to open on November 15th, and the window closes on February 15th, and you want to make sure that you're prepared ahead of time. And I would reach out to an agent, Google them, talk to people, find somebody you're comfortable with, and work with them, because that person really is there just to help you.
Right. But there's no reason to panic.
There's no reason to panic, because it's August.
Great. I appreciate it. Thanks, Catherine Janelle. It's good to see you. Next up, now that we've solved your insurance needs and questions, we're going to learn about Fabulosa Fest and speak to its director, Judea Eden. We'll be right back.